A true story of tragedy and justice. The afternoon of July 22, 2026, was warm and pleasant. Around 3 p.m., in a forested area near a small town, a young man and woman were enjoying their time together. They were sitting on a hillside, surrounded by dense woods and beautiful scenery. The boy was about 17 years old, and the girl was around 20. They were taking photos of each other, making videos, and having a wonderful time. They sang songs, lip-synced to music, and pretended to act in scenes. They laughed and enjoyed every moment, completely unaware of the nightmare about to unfold. The location was a popular spot known for its natural beauty. Thick forests covered the hills, and the view was breathtaking. But this peaceful setting would soon become the scene of a terrible crime. The young couple had no idea that 3 men were watching them from a distance. Suddenly, 3 men appeared on the hillside. They approached the couple aggressively and started shouting at them. The men claimed to be forest officials and demanded to know why the couple was there without permission. They asked for their names, and the young couple, frightened and confused, told them. The boy tried to explain that they were just visiting and would leave immediately. He said, "Sir, we are leaving right now. I'm taking my friend with me." But before he could finish his sentence, one of the men slapped him hard across the face. The boy grabbed his cheek in pain but stood still, too scared to move. The men warned him, "Don't try to be smart with us. If you do, things won't end well for you." Then they grabbed the boy, dragged him to a different spot, and tied his hands and feet. The boy tried to resist, but they beat him with belts until he stopped fighting. He cried and begged for mercy, but the men didn't care. The girl tried to intervene. She pleaded with the men to stop, but they turned on her immediately. "Don't try anything foolish," they warned her. "If you scream or cause any trouble, we'll push you off this hill. And we'll do the same to him too. Whatever happens will be your fault." The girl was terrified. She broke down crying and fell at their feet, begging them to let them go. "Please, brothers, let us go. We'll leave and never come back. Please let us go," she pleaded over and over again. But her requests fell on deaf ears. What happened next was even more horrific. The boy and girl were a couple in a loving relationship. But that didn't matter to these monsters. The 3 men forced the girl to remove all her clothes right in front of her boyfriend. The boy could only watch helplessly as the love of his life was violated. He cried and screamed for mercy, but it made no difference. One by one, the 3 men took turns assaulting the girl. They committed the heinous crime of gang rape. The girl was crying and begging them to stop, but they were relentless. After they were done, they threatened the couple once more, warning them never to tell anyone about what happened. They said if they ever saw them again, something even worse would happen. Then they casually walked away around 4:45 p.m., thinking they would never be caught. The boy managed to free himself from the ropes and rushed to the girl. She was in shock, barely conscious, and completely undressed. He covered her with clothes and tried to console her. She was sobbing uncontrollably, traumatized by the brutality she had just experienced. The boy pulled out his phone to call the police, but there was no network coverage on the hill. He had to help the girl down the hill before he could make the call. He dialed 112, the emergency number, and reported the entire incident. He described the location near the airport and begged the police to come quickly. The police responded immediately. PRV teams, emergency response vehicles, and officers from the local station rushed to the scene. The young couple was taken to the hospital for medical treatment and examination. News of the crime spread quickly. The police department was in shock. Senior officials, including the Superintendent of Police, SP, Deputy Inspector General, DIG, and Additional Director General, ADG, arrived at the scene. Journalists covered the story, and the newspapers published the shocking details. The biggest challenge for the police was identifying the attackers. The area had no CCTV cameras within a 3-kilometer radius. Nobody had seen the three men. The only witnesses were the traumatized victims. The police formed 5 teams, including the Special Operations Group, SOG, surveillance units, and local police officers. Around 80 officers were assigned to solve this case. It was like finding a needle in a haystack, but the police were determined. The team scoured footage from 374 CCTV cameras located beyond the 3-kilometer radius. The surveillance team analyzed over 6,000 mobile phone numbers active in that area. They looked for suspicious activity and narrowed down the list to about 58 potential suspects. Meanwhile, the young victims were slowly recovering in the hospital. The doctors treated their injuries, but the emotional trauma was even more severe. The police officers spoke to them gently and gained their trust. They asked detailed questions about the attackers: their age, height, appearance, hair, facial features, and speaking style. Based on their descriptions, police sketch artists created drawings of the suspects. The police also visited every village in the area, asking people if they knew anyone matching the descriptions. They circulated information about the suspect's bike and their general behavior. The number of people involved in the search grew from a few dozen to hundreds as villagers started helping. The police announced a reward of 25,000 rupees for information leading to the arrest of the culprits. The amount was later increased to 50,000 rupees. Finally, a breakthrough came. A CCTV camera captured 3 men on a single motorcycle. The victims confirmed that these were the 3 attackers. With this visual evidence, the police had a solid lead. The men were identified as residents of a nearby village. Their names were Jitendra Kumar Patel, also known as Bolu, about 25 years old; Vivek Patel, from the same area; Praveen Patel, also from the local village. All 3 belonged to the same community and were known to each other. The police conducted a raid on July 25, 2026. Around 5 p.m., they encountered Jitendra Kumar Patel, the main accused. During the confrontation, the police shot him in the leg and arrested him. His 2 accomplices were also captured late that night. The main accused, Jitendra, came from a family of 2 brothers and 3 sisters. He and his brother had previously worked in hotels in a major city but decided to return to their village to open a small restaurant or dhaba. With the help of relatives, Jitendra had started a modest eatery. But Jitendra had a habit. Whenever he was free from work, he would go out with his friends to have fun and roam around. What shocked everyone even more was that Jitendra was a married man. 2 years ago, he had fallen in love with a local woman named Arti. She was 22 years old. He had confessed his love, and she had agreed to marry him. They had a love marriage and had recently become parents. Their son was only 5 months old at the time of the crime. Jitendra's father had always advised him to focus on his work and stay away from bad company. But Jitendra never listened. On the day of the crime, Jitendra had left his restaurant to buy supplies about 6 kilometers away. On the way, he met his friends Vivek and Praveen. The 3 of them were on the same motorcycle when they spotted the young couple's bike. They followed the trail and found the couple sitting on the hillside. They pretended to be forest officials to intimidate the young couple. Then they committed the horrific crime. The police have promised to file charges quickly and ensure a fast trial. They hope that the criminals will receive severe punishment, setting an example for society. The three men will likely spend many years in prison. The victims' lives have been changed forever. The girl was a talented student preparing for medical entrance exams. She wanted to become a doctor. The boy was also a student. Their families were devastated by what happened. The young girl, who was smart and hardworking, had come to meet her friend. She never imagined such a tragedy would occur. The purpose of retelling this story is not to hurt anyone's feelings, but to create awareness. We must all be careful and alert. Bad things can happen to good people, and sometimes we don't see danger coming. The criminals thought they would never be caught, but the police worked tirelessly and eventually captured them. This is a lesson that no one is above the law. Justice will always prevail even if it takes time. We must also pray for the victims and their families. They will need a lot of support to recover from this traumatic experience. The young girl was preparing for a bright future. She and her family are still dealing with the pain and shock. This true story shows us the importance of safety and awareness. Here are some lessons we can all learn. 1. Always be careful about where you go, especially when you are in secluded areas. 2. If you travel with someone, make sure you tell your family or friends about your plans. 3. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, leave the area. 4. Never assume that bad things only happen to other people. We all need to be cautious. 5. The police are there to help. If you are a victim of crime, report it immediately. 6. Strong laws and strict punishments are necessary to prevent such crimes. 7. We must teach our children to be careful and to stay away from strangers. 8. Society must stand against crime and support victims. The three attackers had no regard for human life or dignity. They destroyed the peace and happiness of two young people. They didn't care that the girl had dreams of becoming a doctor. They didn't care that the boy was just a student. They didn't care that Jitendra had a wife and a baby at home. But they forgot one important thing. Whatever we do always has consequences. Their actions have ruined their own lives as well. Their families are now ashamed and heartbroken. The innocent wife and baby are left to face the shame and stigma. The victims, on the other hand, will have to live with the memory of this tragedy for the rest of their lives. It will take time for them to heal, but with love and support from their families and society, they can rebuild their lives. This incident shows us the dark side of human nature. It reminds us that evil exists in the world, but it also shows us that goodness exists too. The police worked tirelessly to catch the criminals. Many people helped in the search. Society came together in support of the victims. We must continue to fight against crimes like this. We must educate our children about safety. We must treat victims with compassion and not blame them. We must ensure that justice is served quickly and fairly. The Indian legal system has made progress in dealing with crimes against women. Laws have been strengthened, and police response has improved. But much more work is still needed. We need faster trials, harsher punishments, and better prevention. We also need to change the mindset of society. Crimes like rape are not just physical acts but also psychological attacks. They damage the soul of the victim. We must do everything we can to prevent them and support those who suffer. The story of what happened on July 22, 2026 is a sad and painful one. It reminds us of the worst aspects of human behavior, but it is also a story of resilience and justice. The police never gave up. The victims survived. The criminals were caught. The message is clear. Crime does not pay. Let us all work together to make our world a safer place. Let us watch out for each other and speak up when we see something wrong. Let us support victims and demand justice. And let us never forget that every person deserves to live with dignity and respect.